Hello Eurovision friends, thank you so much for coming to my channel Eurovision Histories. Today I want to do something I haven't done in almost a year, and that is a Eurovision Song Battle. If you were subscribed last year, you might remember them, or maybe not. And if you're new, you will definitely not remember them, so let me explain what this is all about. In these battles, I take two songs from the Eurovision Song Contest, sometimes from the same year, sometimes from different years, and I compare different aspects of the song and the performance, and then I give a point to one song or the other, sometimes to both, sometimes to neither. And then at the end, we have a winner. I also have your votes from the community tab of my channel. Thank you so much for voting so much for this song battle. And so you might get to decide the winner of the song battle. However, before that, everything else is my personal subjective opinion. So yeah, it's just my opinion. Don't get too worked up about it. I also have to say that I love both of these songs that we are talking about today. Cha 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 by Käärijä, who came second for Finland last year, and Rim Tim Tagidim, which is representing Croatia this year and is the big favorite to win. So I am so excited to do this because I love both of them. And also, some people have said that Rim Tim Tagidim is like Cha Cha Cha. I don't really think that they are that similar, and so it makes sense to compare them. There are some things that are similar, but they're both fans of a certain German band, so that might be where the influence is coming from, not from one or the other. So let's get right to it. The first aspect I talk about is the staging, and right off the bat, this is a bit unfair maybe to Baby Lasagna because, of course, we already know Käärijä's Eurovision staging, and we don't know Baby Lasagna's Eurovision staging yet. However, I mean, Cha 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 is already a iconic Eurovision performance with the giant box on that stage that he is on top of, running around. The green bolero is iconic. The dancers that just add so much entertainment value to this song. And yeah, also craziness, crazy party to the song, that it is just an iconic performance already. This is on the same level as Verka Serduchka for me, and so this is very hard for Baby Lasagna. For his staging from the Croatian national final, I've said in my rating video that there are a lot of good ideas. I do think that it's already very good and very impactful, but I have a lot of ideas to improve it, which kind of shows you that it has to be improved a little bit. I would change the outfit to a more farm boy look. By the way, the arm puffs that he's wearing are not copying Käärijä in any way. They are referencing a traditional Croatian costume, and that makes sense because the song is about a traditional Croatian dance as well. And also the background have one story that you're telling and not that many different aspects that make it seem frantic, which fits the song. But I love the story of the song, so maybe tell the story in the staging as well. And the camera angles have to be better, but I'm quite sure that the Swedes will be able to capture the song for the big Eurovision performance. All right, I just moved the microphone. So this already tells you that the winner of the staging round is Käärijä, so 1 point to Käärijä. Now, next up, we go to performance, which is how the artists themselves perform. Again, Käärijä is kind of iconic with his change also that he does throughout the performance. First, he's this angry metal guy, and then later on, he's the fun, dancey guy, and it's just entertaining throughout whichever part you are looking at. It doesn't hurt that he's a very wonderful person, really, when you see him outside of the stage and interacting with fans and with other people. So yeah, he's a great performer. But I do have to say that I also love how Baby Lasagna performs. Also off stage, a very humble person, very wonderful person, I think. And he does perform this song with all his might. He puts all of his emotion and anger and whatever it is into this performance and is very good at it. And so I decided to give a point to both of them. So we are 2-1 for Cha 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 at the moment. Now, round number 3 are the lyrics. And if you know me, I love lyrics. And surprisingly, for two songs like this that are kind of in the fun pop, rock, whatever, metal genre, crazy genre, mixed genre, the lyrics are actually kind of the best part of both of these songs. Because for Cha Cha Cha, you have a guy who is at a bar. He is has his icy shell that he wants to break through, and he drinks a few piña coladas, and then he breaks out of the shell and becomes a dancing guy, I guess. And this is reflected, of course, in the structure change of the song, which I think is genius. I made a video about it if you're interested in the interpretation. However, Rim Tim Tagi Dim, same thing, very deep lyrics for a song like this. It's about leaving your village, having one last big party, doing the traditional dance, and then moving away to the big city or to another country. And I just love the message, and it kind of touches me in a special way, because he also thinks about your presence fades to black after you leave your village. And if you have done that, and I have moved somewhere else, you kind of know what he's talking about, and it makes you emotional. And so, because for me personally, the message is just a little bit better, even though I love the lyrics of Cha 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 as well, I gave this one to Rim Tim Tagi Dim. I also made an interpretation video for Rim Tim Tagi Dim if you're interested. Then round number 4 is the voice. Well, they're both not Celine Dion, are they? I mean, yeah, for this kind of performance, you don't really need a Celine Dion voice. You need a good voice, but I mean, for both of them, I think for Käärijä, I am impressed with the switch he does from the heavy metal, strong singing to the more dancey part of the song, where you really have to change the way you sing, and he does that really well. Even though in the live performance, I think there was too much running around, and he was kind of out of breath at the end of the performance. But I do love this switch he does. And for Baby Lasagna, I do think that there's a lot of issues with breath control, with microphone position and all of that. But overall, he is an amazing singer, especially in the chorus where there's a bit of a growl, and he really does that really, really well. And so in the end, because they're both not perfect, I gave a point to both of them. That's what I decided. Now, next up, let's talk about the song. And because the song is such an important part of a Eurovision package, I subdivide that into sub-rounds. And round 5.1 is melody and hook. Let's talk about the hooks. First of all, this is what kind of makes them similar to me, because they have such infectious hooks that are quite special, both referring to dances. I just realized that talking about it. Cha-cha-cha, of course, stays in your head, and you cannot get it out of your head. And every time you hear it, it makes me smile. And Rim Tim Tagi Dim, same thing. It makes you want to dance. It stays in your head. It's very catchy. And for the melody of the two songs, I mean, Cha 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 really has two melodies, the first part and the second part. I love both, but I think the first part is the part that makes this song an almost Eurovision winner. And Rim Tim Tagi Dim has a good enough melody. What I do love about it is the beat and the folk part of it, aspect to it. And so in the end, I couldn't decide. I promise there will be a difference in the votes soon, but I gave a point to both of them. So we're 4-4 between Cha-Cha-Cha, a tie between Cha-Cha-Cha and Rim Tim Tagi Dim. Second of all, we have the structure of the song. And here I really have to say that I prefer Cha-Cha-Cha, because as I've said, the structure of the song reflects the lyrics of the song. The switch in the middle makes this such a unique and interesting song. And the first part is just also so good structurally, with the verses that he sings, and the fact that it's in Finnish actually helps this 100% as well. And then the cha 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 cha, and that is of course what binds the song together, because that's also repeated in the second part of the song. So I absolutely love that. Rim Tim Tagi Dim is good, but it has kind of a normal structure, like verse chorus verse chorus. It does repeat the Rim Tim Tagi Dim quite a lot, and I don't like the dance break as of yet, especially combined with the performance as it is at the moment. And so I will give this point to Käärijä and Cha Cha Cha. Now let's talk about round 5.3, and that is originality. Which of the two songs is more original? And that kind of brings together everything that I already talked about. I think they are both really original, from the ideas and the lyrics to the performances to the structure of the songs. But in the end, I mean, combining heavy metal and the EDM part in the same song and having it be a very catchy end product, I have to give this point also to Cha Cha Cha. And now 5.4 is song overall. This is more my feeling. Do I prefer listening to one or do I prefer listening to the other? I love listening to both, but I noticed just now when I listened to them next to each other that I still love Cha 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 a little bit more, even though there should be a bit of recency bias for Rim Tim Tagi Dim. And so in the end, I gave that point to Cha 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 as well. That leaves one part of this song battle, and those are your votes. I guess we already know the winner, sorry. But still, let's have a look at your votes. Rim Tim Tagi Dim got 38% of your vote, and Cha 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 got 62% of your vote. And so we have a winner. One more point to Cha Cha Cha, 8-4, Cha 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 against Rim Tim Tagi Dim. You agreed with me. That doesn't mean that I don't like Rim Tim Tagi Dim. It's still one of my favorites this year, but this is the Eurovision Song Battle. But before I let you go, I also have some of your comments from the community tab of my channel. I like the story and lyrics of Rim Tim Tagi Dim. Cha Cha Cha, on the other hand, has the better visual package with the iconic green bolero and the crazy dancers, as well as a more explosive chorus that gets the crowd going. Agree with that. Coca Silvia says, oof, difficult to choose. On one side, Rim Tim is so catchy and I like the artist and the lyrics, but Käärijä is so charismatic and the lyrics are in his own language. That's an extra point for me. I agree. Why? Maybe, Baby Lasagna, you could put part of the song in Croatian. I think that would make it more unique and also more interesting in a way. Tim G37 says, staging and performance-wise, I prefer Cha Cha Cha. Song and lyrics-wise, I prefer Rim Tim Tagi Dim. That's an interesting opinion, and that shows you that you can have many different opinions on the same songs. There's Tim again, sorry. And then we have Arina Gorovaya. She says, Cha 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 will always be above any song for me, no matter how hard I support Baby Lasagna. And Silent Station says, Cha Cha Cha, I can't help it. Finnish language just melts my heart. I agree. I mean, the Finnish language together with that song is just amazing to me, and I love listening to it. Sarah Enchanted says, Sophie's choice. I hope you don't have any children because they might not like to hear this. And then BM6 says, I like Cha Cha Cha, but it is time for Rim Tim Tagi Dim and win. And it seems like Croatia is really on the road to winning Eurovision. I think if they improve the staging, they might actually do it. And I would be so happy to see that. So let's see what happens. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video. Bye bye.